Hello. Okay, so I'm going to teach you the easiest way you've ever experienced, like so easy a 2-year-old could do it, on how to meditate. But first, let me tell you this. It's me again, Sheri, Holland, back here to help you, you gorgeous, beautiful thing. You look at you. Well, I'm going to show you how to make it super simple. But one thing I need to do really fast is I want to go ahead and clear up some flawed premises. And flawed premise number 1 is that it's very difficult to meditate, or you have to be invest tons of years, or you have to be in this peaceful environment in the mountains with the yogis and the unicorns. And that's just a flawed premise. Like, anyone can do it. Anyone can. And you don't need to have the perfect situation. You can do it in the plane, you could do it in the car, you could do it in the kitchen, you could do it around peacocks. It doesn't really matter as long as you learn the skill. I'm going to teach you that. Number 2, what I want you to understand is, why do we even want to meditate? And let me just put it really simple. The condensed version is to raise your frequency, another word, raise your vibration, another word, raise yourself into higher level emotions. And to help you understand this point, for me to explain just a little tiny bit more, is this is a quote done by Einstein. And Einstein said, which was like a super smart dude, right? He said, match the frequency of the reality you want, and the reality must come to you. This is not philosophy, this is physics. What does that mean? It means think about something you really want in your life, or something that would be fun to have. If you were to have that right now in your life, what type of emotion would you feel? Joy, happiness, ecstasy, peace, security, safety, whatever those emotions are, that's what you'd feel once you actually have this. But see, what a lot of people in the world don't realize is they think it's cause and effect, meaning when I get the relationship, then I can feel love. Whenever I get the money, then I can feel all this abundance. Whenever I get the wholeness, whenever I get the healing, that's whenever I can feel whole. But that's not it. That is waiting for something out there to make you feel whole. And that will always keep you in lack, because you don't get what you want, you get what you feel. In other words, you don't get what you want, you get what frequency you're at. In other words, you don't get what you want, you get what vibration you're at. So what you have to do in order to get those things is you got to raise your frequency to match the experience. An example is you got to feel whole before you can have the healing, before you can get health. You got to feel the abundance before the money comes into your life. You got to feel love before that lover comes into your life. And once you have that, you start creating a cause. By law, those experiences must come into your life, just like magic. It will look like magic, but it's not. It's just the laws of the universe, period. So to break it down a little bit more is, I want you to imagine yourself as this little cork, and if you're in this floating bath water, this floating tub of water, and you put that cork all the way down to the very bottom and you let go of it, what's going to happen? It's going to pop to the top, right? I know, very simple. I'm keeping it basic here, but that's you. So if you were to think about that vibrational scale, and if you haven't heard the vibrational scale, the video will be attached down below or somewhere in here. That way you can read it, and I really recommend you watching it. It's super short. But it talks about these lower level emotions all the way up to the mid-level emotions, all the way up to the high-level emotions of like joy, love, and happiness. All the way down here is like disempowerment and victimhood and guilt and shame. So what happens is we're naturally born to be up here. But throughout life, doesn't even matter why, it's really a waste of time to even think about it. But let's say society, our parents, our teachers, whatever, they put in these rules, these blueprints, etc., that creates this resistance that holds the cork underneath the water in these lower level emotions. And your emotion draws in all the experiences, which is why when you feel bad, it draws in more experiences that match that bad feeling. Which is why whenever you feel really happy, there's more experiences that match it that make you feel happy, because you're the cause that creates the effect around you. So what does meditation do? What does that have anything to do with what I'm trying to tell you today? Is because what happens when you meditate, it quiets the thoughts, which removes the resistance, which allows your cork to all the way to the very top. So one thing I also want to tell you is, if you're one of those 5 billion people that think you can't meditate because every time you quiet your mind, you have 50 million thoughts, okay, number one, you're normal. Normal, it's just because you haven't practiced it. Just like the very first time you ever wrote your name, it was all over the place, like in kindergarten, it was everywhere. But today you can somewhat do it nice, right? Because you've practiced the skill of being able to draw your name. Meditation, same way. But the thing is, it's not going to take you all the way through kindergarten. 7 days, you'll have this sucker mastered, guaranteed you. So how are you going to do this? That's the next thought. Like, how can you do this? Well, very simple. There's 3 options I'm going to give you today that are like beginner friendly. And you're not going to have to spend the tens of hundreds of thousands I did on meditation retreats and camps and teachers and courses. I'm just going to give you them because they're easy. They're simple. It's not complicated. Okay, so option number 1 is I want you to find this nice place to sit. And whenever you sit, Do not do your bed. Do not do your comfy chair where anywhere where you normally sleep. Don't do it. So find a chair. And as you're going to be sitting, I want you to sit very specific. I want you to sit with, let me lower this. Un momento, you're going to check out my body. I want you to sit with your butt all the way to the back of the chair like this, and then sit up, because that's going to put a natural arch into your back. And you can literally sit here for hours with no pain. But if you sit like this, like a lot of people do, not you, but those other people, Number one, you're going to be in pain. But number two, you're going to start getting fatigued because you're cutting off your air circulation. And number three, you're probably going to fall asleep maybe. So coming back here, stick your butt back all the way to the back of the chair, sit up with that natural arch. Step one, so get your seating. Number two is you can either think of listen to the air conditioner or some noise that's really boring. Let's just say the air conditioner, and just focus on the air conditioner for the entire 15 minutes. Or what you can do is, again, sitting position, but option two is you can go ahead and think of just a word. You can use my word. My word's called sharam. You can use sharam, or you could say blue. You can say grass, whatever word you want, but just over and over repeat that quietly in your mind. Or a third option is you can think about the space outside your body. So how do you do that? Let me explain. Go ahead right now and think about, put your attention in the tip of your nose. Now put your attention to your left knee, right big toe, your right ear. Do you see how easy that was? You just shifted your attention. So you can literally just think about the outside of your face your whole entire meditation, and that alone is going to drop your brain waves and to go into this meditative state where it clears out the thoughts. So you can either pick one of those three options, set your timer for 15 minutes, and then the second your brain goes over here, which it will, just bring it back to the air conditioner. It goes over here, bring it back to the space around your face. It goes over here, bring it back to that word. And you do that 15 million times throughout your whole entire meditation. That, my gorgeous genius, is considered a success, because you were taking control of the mind and saying, hey, no, you're not over here, you're gonna be here for a minute. Okay, no, listen, this addiction to these emotions over here, these thoughts over here, we're not having those. We're gonna bring it back over to here. I know you're hungry. By the way, the second you go into meditation too, is all of a sudden you're gonna feel hungry, you're gonna get itchy, you're gonna have to go to the bathroom. That's just the body throwing a fit, because it doesn't like to sit quiet, because it's unknown. You haven't trained it to do that yet. So just ignore the urge. We're not doing this for 15 hours. We're doing it for 15 minutes. You can do this, I know. And so that's it. That's really how simple it is. I'm telling you, in 7 days, what's going to happen is you're going to start to see synchronicities come into your life. You're going to start to see, all of a sudden these pockets of like this happiness. You're going to see these pockets of these insights, inspiration. And next thing you know, you're going to have all these different synchronicities and magic experiences taking place in your life within 7 days, guaranteed, if you just give the process 7 days. Okay, so when is it a good time to go ahead and try this? I knew you were gonna say it right now. So set the time for 15 minutes. Right now, you got 15 minutes. Set the time for 15 minutes. Go ahead and put on the air conditioner, or think of your word, or think about your face. Close your eyes.